Um, Jesus. Cool. Well, that is our NXT little spiel. Let us know how you feel about NXT in the comments below. But we're gonna get on to the main event of the show. And that main event is the predictions for AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view alongside uh, New Japan Pro Wrestling emanating this Sunday from the Scotia Bank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This match card looks like something straight out of a video game. It's just dream match after dream match after dream match after dream match. We're not going to waste any more time though, because we're going to start from the bottom of the card. So first thing that we have is Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara going up against Sting,
Ooh,
Darby Allin, and a partner of Sting and Darby's choice. Who do you have?
ooh, ooh. Oh, Suzuki gonna clap the fuck out of whoever is to be announced. Oh my god! Just because he's on the list, I kind of want to say whatever side Suzuki's on, so I want to give that to him and Sammy. So see, that's a
Hmm.
dangerous man. But I like Darby and Sting. I really do. I just don't feel like they ever put Darby anywhere where he's going to really get over. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of just floating around until they give him his time. I feel like they're working on Sammy still.
Mm.
So I'm gonna give it to Suzuki and Sammy as well as Kucheriko.
I actually, I sorry, I just got super distracted by something. I actually believe the contrary. I think that Sting and Darby are going to win because if you notice AEW's programming, they've kind of been showing that there's been this growing lack of well, not lack of tension. There's been this growing tension between Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Um, Even down to like the little match they had this past week. Chris did the pose with somebody else that he normally does with Sammy, and I think that we're going to get a Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara feud. So because of that, I think they're going to continue to capitalize off of this, and Sting and Darby's team is going to win. Moving on, though, we have Konosuke Takeshita, Shota, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, and the Blackpool Combat Club versus Eddie Kingston, Tomohiro Ishii, and the Elite. Who do you have?
I'm on whatever side Eddie Kingston's on at all times. I
Mm.
am so biased when it comes to Eddie Kingston because I love that man so much. But yeah, no, that's my pick. That's my pick. I fucking love Eddie. I can't wait to see him be reckless in the ring. Go on.
I got Eddie Kingston, Ishii, and the Elite. I definitely feel like they're gonna get the win. I think it's gonna be a very, very big match, a very, very good match. So I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston, Ishii, and the Elite. The next match is going to be the AEW World Women's Champion Tony Storm versus Willow Nightingale, who is the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. This match will be for the AEW Women's World Championship. Who do you have?
I feel like okay. So the way my brain is wired, I'm also for some reason keep factoring Mercedes into here, and I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But like, part of me is wondering, I wonder if she would like show face at all.
Mm,
Because
yeah.
technically this was built around her showing face, hence like Forbidden Door. So I'm wondering, all right, well, if she were to hypothetically show up or come back for this belt now, I don't think I would see her trying to take back an AEW belt as well from
Mm,
Willow. I see her just trying to take back the original belt that she went for. So
mm,
because I'm thinking ahead, I'm gonna say Tony.
mm.
Although I would love, in theory, for Will to go over just because I really adore Willow. She's so likable, bro.
She's so
She
likable.
is like the perfect baby face that they could use for that company. Just she's doing so good. And this match is gonna be a banger, but I'm gonna have to go with Tony for just logical reasons.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Tony. I think that had this been, Mercedes was in this spot, I think this would be a very, very different match, a very, very different result. But I do think that Toni Storm is going to win this match and retain her championship.
Mhm.
Next, we have a four-way for the AEW International Championship. This is going to be a banger. We have Orange Cassidy versus Daniel Garcia versus Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shibata.
Oh.
Who we got?
Oh my god, this is like a wet dream. No, I love Zack Sabre Jr., but like this is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. Um, do I see Orange Cassidy retaining? I feel like for some reason Orange Cassidy would retain, but in my heart, I would love Zack Sabre Jr. to go over, just because I love that man. He's one of my faves. Who do you think?
Funny part is, I would love to see Zack Sabre Jr. win as well, but I feel like everybody's going to look over Daniel Garcia, and I think he's going to win the match. I can see.
Mm.
I don't think that we've had a Daniel Garcia AEW championship reign. There was a point in time where he held the pure championship and carried it in AEW. I feel like Chris Jericho and Sammy are moving towards a feud in which Sammy is going to be completely out of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Therefore, Daniel Garcia is going to be the new number two option as a solo wrestler. I feel like he's going to be what Randy Orton was in Evolution. And I feel like if you want to
Hmm.
put him on that path, give him some gold. So I think Daniel Garcia is going to be the new AEW International Champion. And then we have a Owen Hart first round cup match between CM Punk and Kojima. Apparently, allegedly, CM Punk and Kenta were supposed to be a thing. We don't know if that's true. It was just rumors and reports. But who do you have winning this match?
That's very interesting. Just because they recently on AEW also plugged in wait, no, I'm thinking about the wrong thing. I'm thinking about the wrong thing. Scratch that. Just delete that completely. But no, CM Punk versus Satoshi. Do I see him winning? Isn't he involved in a whole other feud as well?
Who?
Isn't CM Punk also involved in a whole other feud as well?
I mean, the Bullet Club Gold thing has been active,
Hmm.
but we don't know where that's at.
I mean, if you want to keep establishing Punk, it would make sense that he went over. But does he also need to win this? I don't think so. I feel like he'd probably win this one, but he wouldn't go far and completely win. I feel like someone's gonna take him out. I don't see him actually
Mm,
winning the whole Owen Hart
mm.
Cup. I'm gonna go with him for now. I'm gonna go with him for now, but he's not gonna last in this tournament. No offense.
I feel that. So, what I was gonna say, I have Punk winning this match. I also have Punk winning this tournament because
Really?
when I look at the bracket, I'm like, Punk is the biggest star. You want to establish him on a new show. He doesn't hold a belt, or at least not explicitly. He's going to be walking around with that red bag all the time. But
Hmm.
I I think that because if you want to reestablish CM Punk as the face of a show, he needs to win this match, and I feel like he needs to win the tournament overall. So I think that Punk is going to win the match and the tournament as well.
I feel like the
But
tournaments
moving,
should be like used to like bring out another star that doesn't really get enough shine. Like I feel like that's what the point of tournaments are, not to give someone
tr-
establishment that is already like, you know.
tr- true, but I feel like in this particular case, this is the Owen Hart tournament, the Memorial tournament, and last year they used it to kind of obviously pay homage to Owen Hart. Um, they did the men's and the women's. Britt Baker won the women's one. Adam Cole won the
Which
men's
was so
one.
wasted to me. Cause I'm like, tournaments are meant to show off new talent or
Very
talent that
true.
you weren't paying attention to and establish them because Britt was already established. Adam Cole was pretty much established. I think they got a little bit of flack for that
They
because it's
did,
just like, go ahead.
but they did. But I just think that because of the way that it was last year, I think they're going to follow a certain formula, and I think that Punk is going to win it this year,
We could
just
bet on
based off
that
of the
one.
patterns.
What do y'all think? I want to hear what y'all think about that one. We
Yeah,
could bet on it.
put them comments below and let us know. But the next, now we have the world championship matches and the main event. So we have MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Championship. Who do you have? Because this is going to be a banger.
I feel like he has to retain. I feel like MJF has to retain, but I don't think he's going to retain cleanly. I feel like he's going to do some dickheadish thing where he's probably going to cheat or do something when the referee is not looking, which is still cheating. Um, I see this being a dirty victory by
Mm,
MJF
a dirty.
because it has
I
to
agree.
circle back to Adam
His
Cole and
character.
MJF. It has to. Like they're
Absolutely.
gonna fight for the belt yet again. So this is just to buy time. Like it's gonna be a
I
damn
agree.
good match, but it's going to be like a very much a dirty victory.
Absolutely. I agree for with the fact that it has to be a dirty victory because I feel like it has to be in alignment with who his character is. And I feel like it's very of him to have a dirty victory. And he's been talking like a bunch of crap about New Japan. So I feel like this is just kind of the natural way to win.
Well, he's gonna do something so racist in the ring. I could see it.
I can see it. Oh
I
my
can see
God.
the
Oh
taunting
my
that he's
God.
going to do. Oh, this is gonna be messy.
This is going to be
Uh,
messy as all get out. For the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, we have Sonata versus Jungle Boy. I have Sonata. I think
yeah,
Sonata's going to retain.
I have
Who do you have?
Sonata as well. I don't. Yeah, I don't really. I don't see Jungle Boy going over there and being steady in Japan. I can't visually see it.
Yeah,
I
me
don't even think
neither.
they. I know it sounds rude, but I feel like they wouldn't even want to. If they had the option to, I don't think they would be reaching out to Jungle Boy.
I
If
mean,
they.
he's my bad. Keep going. Keep
No,
going.
no,
Keep
no.
going.
Actually, you could go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know. Like I feel like Jungle Boy is close to being a world champion. I feel like he just needs a little bit more development. But I can see him. I can see a world where they put the belt on him, but I just think that Sonata's
Really?
gonna retain because it's Sonata.
I like Jungle Boy, but I can't see
Me
him
too.
anywhere but AEW. Like I feel
Same.
like just off of his look, he's not going to be appealing to everybody. Like I feel like you have to be like larger than life in order to be desired over in New Japan. And Jungle Boy
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give me larger than life. He gives me like in the works, maybe like with age and some tenure, like he could like establish himself. But like right now, I think he's there, but he's not like even top 10 for me. But he's
Mm,
there. He's doing a great job. Just great match. I'm still gonna give it to Sonata. I just can't see it for any reasoning going to Jungle Boy.
mm.
But moving on.
Moving on. So we're going from that into the IWGP. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most. The IWGP United States Championship match between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. I actually have Will Ospreay winning this.
I'm
If
gonna
Kenny
go.
was
Will. God, God.
my bad,
Sorry.
if Kenny went to the Tokyo Dome and got one on Will, I feel like this is Will
Oh
coming back to
yeah.
get one on him. That's my reasoning.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be as stiff as before, too. This match might
Mm.
be. I'm not sure if they still hate each other or not.
It is gonna be a little stiff though. I know
But it
that for a
must
fact.
have hurt Will's ego just a little bit to
Mm.
have lost to Kenny back then. So I am imagining a stiff match, but like you said, I guess the 50-50 booking with Will going over. But very excited to see this one because they definitely gave us a whole lot in Japan.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
Hmm.
I agree with that. I think it's just gonna also just be a banger. But in the main event, I was like trying to scroll, my phone got frozen. That's why I was
Yeah,
like,
I had to copy and paste my shit because I kept glitching and bringing it back. But go on, go
but
on.
the last match of the night, Kazuchika Okada versus Brian Danielson. Oh my god. This is going to be insane.
I popped so hard when he popped up on AEW yesterday. Just this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit. It's gonna hit in all the right ways. Um, I'm happy for Brian for having this opportunity too, though, just because I feel like people said that he's wasted, and it's just like, but he's versing Okada, the
Absolutely.
man that every promotion is trying to get their grubby hands on. He's got Okada. Like, I don't think that's someone that's wasted to me at all. This man gets to be in the best matches. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I'm just really excited for this. I don't think Okada likes losing, as far as I know. I feel like he's a little, he's a little privileged sometimes.
Mm.
So I feel like I can't necessarily see him losing. I feel like it might go to Okada because right now it's not that big of a deal if Bryan loses. Because, like I said previous times, it's kind of established that Bryan is Daniel Bryan. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not saying he should lose forever, but I'm saying he's the type of guy where like he's so good and we all know that he's actually good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like his purpose in AEW is to either, if not elevate talent, is to just put on dream matches. So he could afford a loss because the match is going to be so good that I promise you, everyone's going to stand up and give this a standing ovation.
I agree with the standing ovation. Um, yeah, I just got super sidetracked. I think
It's
it's gonna get it.
okay.
I think it's gonna get a standing ovation. And you were saying Okada isn't used to taking L's. He's gonna take this L though, and I think that Bryan
Really?
Danielson is going to win this match. Here's my reasoning. Thank God I pulled up my notes. Here's my reasoning. I believe that the Blackpool Combat Club is is a very very interesting faction in the sense that the leader or the alleged or one of the co-leaders does not consistently wrestle. He's kind of Brian Danielson hasn't had a match in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so I think that that's intentional because I believe that he is one of those guys that whenever he puts on his boots, it's a special occasion. And so I think that they want to continue that. And I believe that if you want to continue to kind of reinforce this idea that the Blackpool Combat Club is a group of the best wrestlers in the world, you need to have your leader beat the best wrestler in the world. That best wrestler in the world, I think there are 5 people right now who you can consider the best wrestler in the world. I think Roman Reigns is one of them. Seth Rollins is another. John
In the
Moxley is
world?
in the world. I think there's 5 people you
Roman
can make the
Reigns is
case
in the world?
in the world. I said you can make the case for 5. You can make the case for Roman, you can make the case for Seth, you can
Hmm.
make the case for Kenny, you can make the case for Okada, and you can make the case for Danielson. I believe that Danielson should beat Okada because it's a way to keep him important. It's a way to reinforce the dominance of the Blackpool Combat Club where Brian Danielson doesn't have to hold a title for him to be considered that guy.
But that's New
And
Japan's baby. Like, I don't feel like
very
they're going to
true,
do that to him.
but very true. But that also sets up a Wrestle Kingdom rematch.
So you think
Similar
it's
to
going to be
how
a clean W?
I don't think it's going to be a clean W. I think that there's going to be some mischief involved. Maybe some Chaos members get involved. Maybe some Blackpool Combat Club members get involved. But I think that it's going to be a W for Brian Danielson. It's going to set up the world. It's going to set up a possibility of a Wrestle Kingdom rematch. Because yes, that
Hmm.
is Okada. Okada is New Japan's baby. However, just a loss doesn't necessarily mean that you look weak, and a rematch doesn't necessarily devalue the match. Look at what we're seeing with Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega,
That's different.
right?
That's Will Ospreay. This is literally Okada, like the John Cena of New
Very
Japan.
true.
Like, I just don't see it. Like, I really don't. We could bet on this one too.
I'll bet 99 cents, but I'll bet a strong dollar. But yeah,
A
I think
strong
that
dollar.
I
It's
think
crazy.
I think Danielson is going to win this one. I really really do, and I think that that's going to set up a Wrestle Kingdom rematch. But that's just my little opinion. Um, But yeah, let us know what y'all feel about Forbidden Door in the comments below.